everybody, this is PCOM. I just wanted to go over a couple things with you today. We're going to show you how to set up Bison UI. Bison is probably my favorite custom user interface for Dark Age of Camelot. I've always just loved the streamlined look to it, how simple yet elegant and beautiful it is. There's a couple things that are really admirable about this user interface, from the options chooser to it just not being extremely bulky and lightweight on your system. It's just a good overall custom UI that I've used since I've played on Phoenix. So today we're going to show you how to go through that. So one of the first things that you've noticed I've done here is I've actually gone and downloaded the Bison UI to my downloads folder, and now we're getting ready to extract the folder. And there's a couple special instructions that come along with Bison. One of them is that if you want to use the options chooser, you need to install a font. So in this video, I'm showing you how to find the font in the file, as well as how to go to your Windows and Fonts folder to install that font for the options chooser. As a side note here, if you ever do take the time to read an actual README file, usually there's a couple good notes and troubleshooting guides in there. There is the direct directories for how to replace the font listed in this README file, as well as where you can find the application and roaming data that comes along with Dark Age of Camelot. This is actually a really good folder to know, as if you ever want to copy your user interface and put it up for a newly created tune. This way you don't have to drag windows across your screen and everything. It is a good idea to keep I keep personally a blank copy of my user interface already set up that I just have to rename and drag and drop to this folder when a tune is created. And I launch that tune, it already is up and running with my UI the way I like it, and all I have to do is add buttons. Now you can see I've gone ahead and I've replaced the font. Quick note about setting the font. This is only required for Bison UI that I know of. If you're following this tutorial to install another UI, just continue from here. The next thing that we want to do is we want to take our custom folder from the install folder that we've gone and unzipped to our download section. We're going to take the custom folder that's within the custom folder that we created when we extracted the folder. Just to make sure we do this smoothly, we want to go directly into the downloaded folder, copy the folder that says custom, and we are going to place it in our UI folder in Dark Age of Camelot. I've gone ahead and I've taken us to from where I have my client running from. I do run this from a drive that my operating system is not running on. I use my hard drive D, and you can see based on the URL path that I went to, hard disk D, Celestius, Electronic Arts, Dark Age of Camelot, and in there you're going to find a folder that says UI, and we want to go into the UI folder and then paste our custom UI into that folder. So for a lot of you, you might find that your Dark Age of Camelot install is in one folder shared with multiple free shards. I do recommend having a live install that you can copy from for each unique free shard that you play on, as different free shards patch different elements of the game. It's always best to run and patch your Camelot.exe before adding changes from a custom free shard. If you're playing live, this is going to be your standard directory for the UI. You'll notice in the video I'm creating, I've canceled the pasting of the UI. I've already got the UI set up. I just wanted to walk everybody through the steps. Now that we're through those steps, let's launch the options chooser and pick out how we want our bars, our hot bars, quick bars, everything to look. Now, I can't tell you how to set up your windows or how to set up your bars. Everybody's going to have their own unique player preference on how they want these things to look and where they want them on the screen. One pro tip that I will give you is that the individual target bar does update before everything else, so it is good. You'll notice in here I do set up the custom bar tab and specifically go into the target bar, pick a color, pick the size I want for that target bar, and you will see this on my screen later. But I run this because this is the quickest way to know if somebody has taken damage. Uh, if I have them targeted, I'll know before it updates on my summary bar or in my healer helper. So now we're going to boot up the game and we're going to see what everything looks like. The probably most important step that you're going to have along this way in activating and making sure that your user interface is now set to a custom is that you want to go into the custom options and go to where it says user interface or skin and change that from the Atlantis setting skin that is there by default and change it to custom, and then you can boot up a player and see what everything looks like. You may notice as my loading bar moves across the screen that I do have another third-party software running. That is a program called Reshade, and that is to get brighter, more vibrant, and colorful videos. As I produce content for users to watch. Over the years, I've had a lot of people complain about how dark the screen is at nighttime. This is both a way if you produce content or if you just want to be able to see what you're doing in game. This is an easy way to make that happen. So in case you had questions about pulling up the options chooser, you can both activate this through hitting escape button and bringing up the options, or by clicking on the upper left corner of your character planner after the user interface is installed, and this will bring up your options chooser to make certain windows pop up or be visible or even hide them, and then you can start dragging things around your screen and setting it up the way you want to play. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.